Hey everyone, I thought I'd record a quick little video because I hit a pretty significant milestone, but not as big as the one that's going to happen tomorrow, because today I got approved for testosterone. So I thought I would make a little video to talk about the whole process and my thinking going into this and my plans going forward into the future. So I got my prescription from my local Planned Parenthood, which I actually didn't know that Planned Parenthood covered trans care. Until I had gone in and asked, and I actually had a friend tell me that they did, so it was very word of mouth. I couldn't find anything on their website, but if you're looking for resources and your town has a Planned Parenthood, definitely give them a call or walk in, check it out. I walked right in. Everyone was super nice and accommodating. I said that I was there to talk about HRT, specifically testosterone, and like a male to female, or female to male transition. And everyone was super nice about it, and they actually had an appointment later that day. So I went and had breakfast, and then I came back to the Planned Parenthood about an hour later and got to meet with the doctor, who was awesome. Better than any doctor that I've ever had at any hospital ever. So I'm already very into it. She was very attentive. She listened. She asked a lot of good questions. I just got a really good vibe overall. They asked about like pronouns. They let me know what everyone in the office's pronouns were. It felt like a really safe, supportive space right off the bat. So, I mean, out of the one time that I've been there, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. So definitely, if you're not sure where to start, going with your transition, or you just have questions, or you just want to talk to somebody about it, I would definitely advise checking out your local Planned Parenthood, because they definitely helped me out a ton. So that being said, I did walk out with a prescription. My Planned Parenthood does not believe in making somebody see a therapist for X amount of time to determine if they want to transition or not. They think that that should be a decision that's left up to you, because you know yourself best. And they were very open about the fact that they're going to start me on a generic dose, and then if I feel like I am appearing too masculine, we can scale it back, because I did express that I don't want to pass as a cis man. That's never been like a goal of mine. I'm really proud of being non-binary, and I really like my androgyny. And so I explained all this to the doctor, and she was super understanding with that. And so I'm getting started on, I think, point 3. And then after 3 months, I go back and meet with her again in person, and then we decide if my hormone levels need to be adjusted, either increased or decreased, depending on where we're going from there. So I did get this little information packet that they gave me, which is the bundled consent packet. And it outlines what masculinizing hormone therapy is, which is what they call going on T. It goes over some of the benefits, a couple of the risks, and then what I actually like about this is that after all of those things, they included some blank form letters that I can actually take to my doctor at the hospital, because like I go see a regular doctor for like my antidepressants and stuff like that. So they actually have a letter explaining that I'm starting hormone therapy, and that if they are unwilling to support me in that decision, to reach out to Planned Parenthood so that they can find me a different doctor. So that was a huge weight off of my shoulders. I haven't been seeing my PCP, my primary care physician, for that long. I'm not at all sure what her views on transgender and transitioning actually are. And it's something that I was a little worried about bringing up with her. I wasn't really sure if I was going to have the support of like my family doctor behind this, because I just don't know her that well. So having this letter super helped alleviate a lot of my anxiety. So that's what all the packet was, and I got this during intake. With the nurse, who is super friendly. I live in, like I've said before in previous videos, I live in a small town, a college town, and so the nurse that took my vitals and gave me this packet and kind of walked through a couple of the first steps with me actually gave me some really good advice about where I can go on campus to get resources and counseling, and like there's a specific liaison for LGBTQ plus affairs on campus, and so she gave me his name and how to get in touch with him to make sure that the school is cool with my preferred name and pronouns and stuff like that. I actually took care of that a couple days ago. My school doesn't charge for a new ID or anything like that, and they will be using my preferred name when I walk at graduation, hopefully in the spring. So my legal name will still be on the diploma, which I'm totally fine with. My birth name is like beautiful and I love it, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to adapt that going forward, but that's a problem for another day. Most importantly, my CJ, my preferred name, and my preferred pronouns are going to show up on all the class rosters and like online, like my Canvas discussion boards and stuff like that, that will all reflect my day-to-day life, which is pretty much all that I wanted. So that was pretty cool to get all of that information, and then I got to go get my prescription. So I called it into my local CVS, and I'm actually in the middle of a little bit of an insurance snafu right now, just because I'm on my parents' right now, but I'm starting my own through my workplace. As I discussed previously, my workplace health plan is really trans-friendly, and I wanted to make sure that I had that. Not so sure with my parents. So I'm starting on my parents' insurance, and then in October I'm going to be switching to mine. And CVS has always kind of had a problem with my parents' insurance, and so I actually declined to bring insurance into it at all at this point, and I paid out of pocket, which I'm really fortunate to be able to do, at least for a short time, rather than have to spend all this time on the phone with my insurance representatives, which is a huge headache. And I also didn't want to bring my parents into it at this stage. So I paid out of pocket, and it cost me about $37 for tea, syringes, like the whole shebang. The needles and syringes and everything cost like 69 cents, and the testosterone itself was supposed to be, I think, like $54, but I explained that I was having some insurance issues to the pharmacist, and they actually were able to find a couple discounts that they could apply for me to bring it down. So I ended up paying about like $38 for everything, which is way less than the price of tea itself. So overall, I consider that a win. So this is what I will be taking as of 11/20 tomorrow. So this is the testosterone itself, and I am on a 0.3 milliliter by intramuscular route, which is what they recommend starting people on at my clinic anyway. Maybe it's different. I mean, let me know if you guys have had different experiences. I'm really curious to see how this varies across states and even countries. So this is what these look like. These are the little syringes. You guys can see that pretty well. Using my laptop webcam, which is, not great. And needles. So, and more needles. So that is what came in my little kit to get me started. I have an appointment at 11:20 tomorrow morning. When I go in, I'm gonna get shot trained, so I'm gonna be trained in how to administer my own shots. I live alone, so really hope I don't have needle anxiety and pass out. I don't think I do. I've watched myself get vaccines and stuff like that over the years, so I don't think that I have any anxiety about it. But we're gonna go over that. If I do, I have friends at school once college comes back in session. I do have friends that will be at school that are either trans or really super awesome allies that have been shot trained. So I'm not really worried about it, about the whole needle aspect of it, unless I happen to turn out to have a huge phobia of sticking myself, but that's fine. So that's where I'm at. This was just one big long voice comparison video. This is what my voice sounds like on August 20th, 2018, in my last day of being pre-T.